Welcome back to Symbolic Reacts. And this is another great episode that we've got for you today. Thank you for joining us. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, and I usually am not going to throw that in the beginning. Oh, why would I do that? That's like a sigh. It's like a sign and apology video. Alright, let's get to it. We got a good episode for you. Let's go. We're going right into it. Alright. This is why Wing Chun is illegal in the MMA. I did not even know that. That's why we got to talk about this. I wasn't even sure. I didn't even know that this was illegal.
Wing Chun
All right, so
illegal.
first off, let's give a shout out. Brutal TV. Go like, subscribe, give them a thumbs up. You know, check them out, give them a comment.
MMA.
All right, let's get into it. Wing Chun,
The sport of
Ip Man.
MMA has exploded over the last 15 years.
Shout out to Ip Man. Great
Fighters come
movies.
together and compete in various art forms, hence the name
Oh, that was like
mixed
back in the
martial
day.
arts.
Like the one glove guy, you know? Spikes on his glove. They're so just like gladiators.
The most popular art forms that viewers will see are Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu,
Versatile.
Judo,
Versatile. Those are probably the two. Like, I mean, honestly, if you're gonna count the two top ones, you know, it's gonna be Judo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You know, like everything else, like basics. You know, boxing, you know, kickboxing. But you're definitely gonna choose one or the other. You're gonna be Judo or you're gonna be Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Muay Thai,
And if you don't, you're probably not gonna last long in the MMA. I mean, this ain't Jake Paul's fights, you know.
and boxing.
It's not end boxing. Boxing and like
Every once in a
kickboxing is
while,
like
you
the
can even see
basics.
some other lesser-known art forms, such as Kempo, French Savate,
I've never even heard of
and
it.
even
either.
Capoeira.
I've heard Capoeira. Obviously.
There have even been a couple of instances where Shaolin Kung Fu has made an appearance. That's the beauty of this sport. While MMA as a sport may only...
Now, why have none of those guys though from the fake martial arts videos? Now, you might have seen in my last video. I did. Go check that out. Fake martial artists. But I find that interesting, right? Like, there's all these martial artists over the world who are showing off these amazing, you know, amazing skills that they got. And I mean, they can like make a dude drop without even touching him. So I don't even understand, why wouldn't somebody like that end up in MMA? I wonder why.
be around 20
That's like what he
years
does
old.
right before he like hits
MMA as an
somebody.
idea has been popular ever since Bruce Lee came on the scene. He taught to take whatever is needed from each art in order to become the best warrior possible.
And also
Modern MMA
take
fighters
bottles
have
from
taken to
bars
that
and
quite a
beat
bit.
people with them. No, just kidding.
However, if we are
Don't do
speaking
that.
about Bruce Lee and his history, we also have to bring up his origins in Wing Chun,
Wing Chun.
which is actually illegal in MMA.
Which is crazy. That's
That's
amazing
right.
to hear. Isn't that amazing to hear that that's illegal in the MMA? You can't use Wing Chun. Like, that's definite. Then that might be the best. That might, I mean, seriously. It's not allowed.
Various martial art styles you'll see in MMA, you won't find Wing Chun. Why is this art form banned in the sport, even though it has some practical
Kills
applications? Much of it comes from some of the more real-life applicable techniques.
Yeah.
Remember, even though MMA is all about fighting and trying to submit or knock your opponent out, it is meant to be a competition. There are just some techniques
Yeah, we should just watch
that work
UFC
against
highlights.
this principle. Unfortunately for the Wing Chun practitioners,
That was like almost way more entertaining. I still feel like I haven't gotten to. I mean, I'm not trying to hate, but I still feel like I haven't gotten to the point why. Well, okay, just tell us, why is Wing Chun illegal?
these are
We
moves
wanna
that
know,
are
man.
worked into the fabric of the art itself. Eye gouging is illegal in MMA.
Big one, huh?
Eye gouging is widely taught in Wing Chun, and it is also a very highly effective tool while fighting.
Probably.
Even in
yeah, right?
real-life situations, it shouldn't be used unless absolutely necessary. There could be serious consequences if used improperly, even leading to prison. Of course, just
Well,
by
yeah, I mean, if
mentioning
you
this
gouge a
technique, it's
dude's
pretty
eye
easy to
out,
see the
like,
implications it would have for the
or
sport of
a woman's
MMA.
eye out,
The
like,
sport
yeah, I
takes
don't
eye
think you're
gouging
just going to
very
be,
seriously
eating
and
chicken
makes the
tenders
point to drill
afterwards,
its legal status into the
chilling watching
brains of the
Stranger
fighters.
Things.
Even accidental eye pokes in MMA can lead to points being deducted. In some cases, even the MMA gloves are designed to stop fingers from straightening out. This is done with
Oh,
eye
that makes
safety
sense.
in mind.
Okay. That makes sense why when
Apparently,
you put them
getting
on.
poked in the eye can cause a severe distortion in terms of distance. When you have
Yeah,
punches
man.
and kicks being thrown at you, being able to see and judge how close things are to
Even if you get
is...
one out, you're going to lose your depth perception. You're screwed. All right, we're jumping to something else. We're making this interesting, okay? Let's see. Oh, have you heard about Liver King? Oh my god. Hold on. We gotta go to this. Everybody and their mother has done this. So, if you haven't heard, which I'm sure if you haven't heard by now, then, because I'm certainly going to be the last to tell you. That's absolutely, like, I'm not the first to cover this at all. But Liver King, as you might have known, was this lifestyle guru, basically, saying that if you followed these 9 ancestral tenets, right, and ate, like, stomach gonads and, like, or, like, animal gonads and stomachs and, like, livers and obviously Liver King, and that and follow these 9 ancestral tenets, that you get as ripped as him and you'd be happy and you wouldn't kill yourself and, all that stuff. So then, year goes by, he becomes a huge star, and ba-da-da-da-da, what's up? Now he's lying, apparently, I guess. And, Derek from More Plates, More Dates, like, it was pretty crazy how it kind of unfolded. It unfolded very quickly. Like, it went from, like, the whole, and it was kind of like, I would say the whole year, everyone knew he was on steroids, PEDs. Everyone knew a year, I would say even more. Like, the moment he started, I think they even show, like, little clips, like Joe Rogan, like, oh, that's ridiculous. That guy's full of it. Like, because he'd go around and he'd talk to everybody and go on every podcast and he'd be like, I don't touch the stuff. I've never touched the stuff. And we learned this week, apparently, More Plates, More Dates, like, uncovered some emails going back to, like, the beginning before he was even famous, and talking about how he was specifically trying to get 1 million followers, and that he was super rich before this, and it worked. Obviously, everything worked, and then 4 days ago, he makes this. So let's go into it. Let's see what he has to say. And I'm sure everyone's seen this 1 million times, so I'm sure you've seen this on somebody else's channel, but I feel like it's like the big thing right now, so you got to do it. We got to talk about it. We'll glean something from it, something new. Man, he got the sound turned all the way down.
Stated that this is a complicated as fuck topic, at least to me, because before social media, I was rich and anonymous, and after social media,
isn't that so crazy that people who, I mean, even that, I'm not saying start social media or do any of that stuff for money, but it seems like it's pretty crazy. I mean, maybe you do have to listen to him a little bit there, because it's like, he definitely wasn't just trying to enrich himself, because he was already there. I mean, what? He definitely wanted to spread a message of some sort. I just think, lying to people from the start isn't going to be a way to, get anybody on your side. So, big loss, big L there. But there's definitely, I mean, I feel like anything. It's probably like, super black and white, or not super black and white, super gray, not black and white. And I don't know, though. There's something that I maybe I'm just completely tricked by this guy, but there is something that comes off as like he's a nice guy, I don't know. Maybe he's just psychotic and he's great at tricking people. I don't know.
Because I fucked up. Because I'm embarrassed and ashamed. Because I lied. And I misled a lot. I stated that this is a complicated as fuck topic, at least to me it is, because before social media, I was rich.
And I think he's talking about like the PD subject in the fitness community. Now, obviously looking at me, I'm not a fitness guy, but I do know of this. I do know that it's a serious thing in the community. Like, you cannot lie about that, I mean, and he's not competing, and he even says that in the video later, like, he's not competing, so it's not like he's cheating against anybody. And I'd say, well, I mean, that could be debatable, because you're going on everyone's podcast and you're lying about, like, you're literally backing up every time they ask you of, are you taking performance enhancing drugs? And so then I'm sure there is a lot of people who are like going to his site and buying his specific supplements because, I mean, look, the dude was jacked. I mean, not even jacked. Like, it was like, it's insane. Look at him. He's sitting down. The dude is, let me see if we can get this where he's, okay, look at this. So his abs aren't covered. Look at that. Dude is sitting down. Boom. Like boom. Dude, you don't get that anywhere else other than being like, what? Man, I'm telling you, you ain't getting that from that thing where you watch TV and it's like making your abs, go like, gee, it's like electroshock therapy for your abs.
In the public eye.
So yeah, I mean, pretty much everyone knew from the beginning. I'm surprised that it honestly got this far to where he had to even make this video.
I did it wrong. And I'm here now to set the record straight. Yes, I've done steroids. And yes, I'm on steroids, monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician. Never King, the public figure, was an experiment to spread the message, to bring awareness to the 4,000 people a day who kill themselves, the 80,000 people a day that try to kill themselves. Our people are hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety, infertility, low ambition in life.
I mean, look, I'll agree with him there. I'm sure there's a lot of, we're in the digital age now. There's a lot of, things have changed. Industries have changed. Whole industries have been, we're just talking like the last 20 years, 20, 30 years, of everything's changed. And you could even get into like the little things, even airports, like, back in the day, you'd be able to just go into an airport, walk to the gate, and get on your plane. Like, and I know that doesn't really relate, but it's like everything's changed. So I'm sure he's right that a lot of people, even since the pandemic, are there's a lot of people just don't feel like they have purpose anymore. So I do understand there, but he's not even really being specific about what depression and like what is it depression in the fitness community? Is it just depression overall? Is he talking about people with like autoimmune diseases, or is he talking about like he's not being specific is what I'm saying. He's not being specific, and and I think that's kind of the point. He's trying to be as general as possible.
Young men are hurting the most, feeling lost, weak, and submissive. So I made it my job to model, teach, and preach.
But what does that have anything to do with taking, steroids?
A simple, elegant solution called ancestral living, the 9 ancestral tenets, so our people no longer have to suffer, so we can collectively express our highest and most dominant form. This is my fight. This.
Okay, now maybe there could be like an argument to be made. Now, I'm not saying the line, obviously that's not cool, any of that, no, but I'm saying like, maybe you could make an argument that would go from nobody would have listened to the Liver King if he didn't look the way he did. Like, if he was just, some, normal guy, would somebody, listen to, it's kind of like the other, have you ever seen any of the other people on YouTube who, like, eat the raw meat and, they'll, like, put it in a jar. There's just a bunch of people that would, like, I can't remember the dude's name. He's, like, he He had like long blonde hair. He'd tie it back. I think he was like, Swedish or something like that. And he would, he's all into like putting meat in jars and like letting it ferment. And then he'd eat it, and would talk all about the health benefits to it, and how it was supposed to turn you into Superman or something, and so and it's kind of like that. I bet you nobody really listened to that guy, but I wonder if an argument could be made that like it's almost like he was going to be the face of it, and through that he couldn't just be this normal guy. He had to be like this Liver King, this, Herculean-looking dude. And maybe you could say, like, does he get a pass for that? I don't know. I don't know how that turns out. But, I mean, people are going to be pissed off whether or not because you're lying. But it sucks because I feel that if it was from a place of just trying to monetarily enrich himself, then no safety, no save, no alternate argument to help you out. I would say end it. That's terrible. But if he really was trying to come in from this like I want to help people and I want to make them better, but it kind of also makes it bad too, because like you're going around making people eat all this meat that's like raw and pieces of animals, and I know he has the chef that does it, so hopefully it's safe, but still you could really end up in a bad situation. And if you're saying that's what makes people turn into this Hercules, but you're just jamming steroids in your butt, then you can kind of understand why people are so upset about that. So all right, let's finish this.
This is why I exist. While spreading the message, I've been on several podcasts, and when asked if I'd ever...
This sucks because he's very likable. He's a very likable person.
I don't touch this stuff, not going to touch this stuff, never touch this stuff.
Yeah, that's what he would always say.
That was a lie.
And see, that's where he fucked up, man.
I convinced myself that this had nothing to do with the ancestral message. I convinced myself that I'm not a competitive athlete of any kind, so who the fuck am I cheating? I convinced myself.
The people buying your products
for a far more important conversation. I
who think it's going to turn them into you.
Overshadow that 36 years of working out, usually twice a day, without PEDs. I've convinced myself that this was the vocal minority, usually in the fitness category.
Well, I mean, it's not like people wouldn't still give you credit for working out for 30 years, I mean, but it's the fact that you needed to, and somebody should also look back at his pictures and see, like, what did he look like when he was, super big, when he was not doing PEDs? Was he super big or was he not? And then, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like he should have just been honest about it from the beginning. He should have just been like, yeah, I'm on performance-enhancing drugs, but I'm the face of this. Like, I need to be like the Planet Fitness. Like, I need to be like, Arnold, and I think, was Arnold natural? I don't know. We should actually look that up. Was Arnold natural?
Productive conversation. And I had convinced myself that this would be the wrong message to send.
Probably, right? Because he didn't have, like, the deep set in his body. Like,
So
he was big.
dismissed it, and I
Well, I don't
dug
know.
myself
Shit, in Predator, when they, like, both grab each other's arms, like, shit.
I have only myself to blame. I did that. And
I
it
said
was all
slit,
wrong.
YouTube. I said
I will be
slit.
better. I will talk about it openly because I believe that there's a time and a place for pharmacological intervention monitored and managed by a trained hormone physician.
So is he saying
2021.
everybody needs... Is that what he's saying? Is he saying everybody needs to be on steroids? I don't know about that one, man.
I was
I don't know about
23
that.
years old.
That doesn't sound good.
And I didn't feel 100%.
I'm sorry, but that does not sound good.
So I went to get monitored and managed by a trained hormone
I don't
physician
think
to
you should
see
do that,
what the fuck was going on with my life. And so yes, it's true. I have tried several peptide combinations in an effort to increase my growth hormone, and it didn't work, meaning that my levels still remained below the normal level. So yes, it's also true that I've tried pharmaceutical-grade growth hormone, and I finally found success in managing therapeutic levels in the normal range. Yes, this is true. I've continued on with 0.6 cc's of testosterone per week, roughly 120 milligrams of testosterone a week. And no, I don't take any other steroids like nandrolone or winstrol, but I have tried them in the past without success. Yes, it's also true that my blood chemistry got all fucked up while taking nandrolone and winstrol. My lipids got all deranged. My liver enzymes went sky high, which is why clinical oversight is an absolute must.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, seriously, anybody at home trying to do steroids, like, I'm not saying you can't do steroids, like, unless you're in a sport of some form, but, you know, be careful with it. You know, it's, you know, you're playing around with serious chemicals. You know, it can seriously change your body, so, you know, be careful. Be smart. Be sensible.
Very little to do with my business success. My companies were already kicking ass, already successful.
Symbolic tells you
public figure, growing at 50% year over year, and still growing
for
at
yourself, not for me.
After the Liver King public figure. Nope, I've never had ab implants, ab etching, or any other plastic surgery, and I sure as fuck never actually had gene editing done in Singapore. I made all of that up. It was all intended to be a joke, and that's an expression my sister to the 10. How little goddamn fun. Ultimately, why did I, or why do I do them?
All right, some honesty. Let's go.
When I talk about the 85% of the population that suffers from self-esteem issues.
Okay.
That's me. I'm part of that.
Okay. Hold on. Hot take, though. Maybe not hot take, because I feel like it's pretty sensible. But don't you think that maybe part of the reason why people have this, you know, issue is because they think they have to look like this guy? Just a bit. Just a tiny bit. Because, I mean, isn't that really, like, what makes it harder for people to... Like, you know, I mean, that's Instagram, that's, you know, social media, that's, you know, all these beautiful people who, you know, and we tell ourselves, you know, I mean, a lot of people tell us that they're not happy and that they're not, you know, really enjoying their lives that like, which is like, whew, thank God, because, man, I really did not want them to enjoy their life that much. No, I was serious, I'm just joking, but, you know, it's like, I feel like that's kind of part of the issue. I mean, probably part of the reason why people feel bad is because they think they gotta look like this, or they gotta look like, you know, the girl version, or, you know, the beauty version of it, you know, and that's that might be part of the reason.
Work myself to death in the gym.
Not saying it's bad to better yourself. It is good to better yourself.
Workouts a week, just to feel like I'm okay.
Just, you know,
Still, I have to absolutely crush myself to do so, and I'm wrecked physically and cognitively, and hormone replacement
by anyone
has helped in a profound and significant way. And still, I believe
it actually has
that
58,000
is paved in fucking hell. I previously have said in a weird way, I'm grateful.
Whoa, does Liver King only have 233 subscribers now? Did he lose all those in the last day? Let's look at a comment here. Liver King is speedrunning the influencer lifestyle. Barely a year in the game, and he's already making an apology video. Laugh my ass off. Finding out that he wasn't natty and got in shape just by eating raw food is as surprising as finding milk in a milk carton. Sorry for all those who actually thought eating testicles and eyeballs would have led them to a physique like this. Gotta add in a word there, man. The real Liver King is Darren, working from 6 to 5 as scaffolder, drunk every day by 5:30, fueling his power on a diet of sausage rolls and his body weight in alcohol. To all the Darrens out there, unsung heroes, bloody legends. I feel like that should have been read in a British accent. Alright, let's try that. The real Liver King is Darren, working from 6 to 5 as scaffolder, drunk every day by 5:30. Fueling his power on the diet of sausage rolls and a body weight in alcohol. To all the Darrens out there, unsung heroes, bloody legends. Is that better? Alright, we'll go with that one. I lied to help people with depression. Yeah, and how depressed do you think you're going to get when they find out that the person they were looking up to, that they idolized, that they thought was trying to help them, has been lying to them all along? Ooh, ouchie, ouchie. Alright, well, that's the end of the video, people. Here we are at the end. So we're just going to end it. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe if you liked the video. If you didn't, I'm sorry. I'll see you later.